See, we all know what level of player Thiago Alcantara is. He is one of the best midfielder in world football, and there is always a thought that the more complete your team is, the more perfect your squad is, there should be less transfer activities. And if there is a player who could directly get into this Liverpool side and improve them massively, Thiago Alcantara is the one. Yes, Liverpool failed to deal with Timo Werner earlier in this transfer window, but Klopp has spoke about it publicly, that we will decide transfer activities later in the window when we have a much clearer picture about the future. So that is how it is. There are claims that Liverpool was in contact with Thiago Alcantara since June, and unlike Timo Werner, Thiago decided to wait. He decided to trust on the words of Klopp, and then this has paid off. And as a player's ability, Thiago Alcantara adds a number of dimensions to the Liverpool. If there is one thing that Liverpool needed to boast, that is the through balls, defense splitting through balls from the center of the park. And with due respect to Wijnaldum, Jordan Henderson, the massive work rate they put, and that is how Liverpool's gameplay is built around. Thiago Alcantara will add a new dimension to this team. Yes, he might not be a sprinter, but his work rate is massive. He's a player who will play through balls, will split the deep defending teams, and at the same time he will get into your own box and tackle a player who is a goal threat. So his work rate both defensively and offensively is massive. I don't remember any perfect midfielder that Liverpool has signed since Xabi Alonso. And Thiago Alcantara is a player who, in my opinion, resembles the most with Xavi. Yes, he's much faster than Xavi, but his turn in the ball in short spaces, and the way he deals with opponent pressing, that is something exactly resembles with Xavi. So this is a massive signing for Liverpool squad. And one more thing, in terms of business, this is a huge statement. This is a statement that Liverpool can sign anyone, Liverpool can attract any world-class talent. The pulling power of Jurgen Klopp is massive, and this is a sign of an elite club. Liverpool has been successfully doing business for the last 3-4 years in the transfer window, and the way this deal has been done to tell me the current European champions say, okay, we want to do this deal, but in our terms only, and successfully doing it. That's a massive thing. Regarding Diogo Jota, I do not believe that he was the first and foremost target. It is well known that Klopp was in the market for quite some time as a backup of Salah and Mane, but I don't think Diogo Jota was the one who was in the top of the list. Ismaila Sarr was the one Liverpool wanted, but as soon as they started conversation with Watford, they realized that the valuation that Watford has for Ismaila Sarr is quite high, and that cannot be matched. So Liverpool shifted their attention to Diogo Jota. Yes, Watford was asking 40 million for Sarr, and Liverpool's total payable amount for Diogo Jota is around 45 million, but Liverpool pays only 4 to 5 million in the first 1 year. So the payment installments also played a huge role determining if Diogo Jota can be signed for that amount or not. Regarding his inclusion, yes, he is one who is closest to Mane stats-wise. It is more like a signing from Mane, from the unpolished Mane from Southampton, or the Salah from Roma. Yes, his stats are brilliant, although he didn't have a great form in last year. But then again, the chances is great. The XG, XA, these are all of the factors that Klopp and his team considered, and obviously they are quite sure that if a person has the tendency to be a threat as an attacker, he can be polished and turned into a real beast. And I do think Klopp and his team looks at Diogo Jota that way. Given he's only 23, he could be a long-time successor of Mane. I don't know how long Mane will be here next year. He will be 30s. So yeah, in a couple of years' time, he could be the one who will be replacing Mane in the squad. Liverpool fans was quite impatient after missing Timo Werner earlier in the window, but then again, this has turned out one of the greatest windows in recent history. After signing Tsimikas, Diogo Jota and Thiago, Liverpool almost have backup in every position if they required. And there's probably one more CV required in this team, but I don't think that would happen until and unless this takes place. Liverpool will looking to offload a number of players, and if they successfully offload all the players, there would be a 80 to 90 million budget, and then Liverpool might think of going for the fourth centre back. But let's see, the rise of Billy Cometio has also is a huge factor in this. Like I think right now the plan is to use Fabinho as a fourth city whenever required, and then giving chances to youngsters like Willis Cometio, Sepp van der Berg whenever required. So let's see. But this is a huge gamble to go with three centre backs in this long season, especially given this season is starting late. So the fixture conversation will be there. But again, yes, I do think Liverpool will buy a fourth centre back, but that also depends on how many players Liverpool successfully sell.